Blog Talk Radio.
Clap your hands for Angela.
Hello, you're listening to Show Talk with Angela Butler. Today's interview is Mr. Frank McComb. Mr. McComb has worked with many people, and he's a legend himself now. This gentleman is a legend himself, Mr. Frank McComb. He's a giant in the music himself, but he has also worked with industry giants since Prince, Chaka, Will Smith, Najee, Branford, Marsalis, George Stoops, Frankie, Beverly, and May, Phyllis Hyman, Gamble and Huff, Patrice, Rushen, Lalah, Hathaway, Fred Hammond, and John P. Key, to name a few. He is an international recording artist himself, pianist, producer, composer. He has been up close and involved in music up close and personal for more than half his life. But he is one of the most sought after musical talents in the industry. I mean, everyone you're in for a treat, Mr. Frank McComb. He's recorded the songs, he's recorded so many great songs. Jill Scott talks about him glowingly. Oprah, Jill Scott was talking about it from the vault in Miss Oprah Winfrey's magazine. And his music is so soulful and beautiful. He has the latest CD, Soulmate. Another love story is now available. Get yours now at boobyscoop.com, CD Baby, and iTunes. His current single is Feeling Some Kind of Way, featuring Najee and Avery Sunshine. It's also available for downloads. Everyone, this is an interview that I'm real proud to have, to be really doing, because this man is great. I'm going to play some of his music, and then I'll come back for the interview.
Sent you to me from heaven above. I don't need to think twice, 'cause I know I'm in love. Happiness flows through my heart just from knowing you're around. Can't nobody take from me a good thing that I found. Yeah. You're the reason for my happiness. the first day we met, girl, I knew I was blessed. It's so easy to love somebody like you, yeah. Everywhere.
All right, everyone, you're listening to Somebody Like You. Produced, wrote, directed, sang, musical instruments by Mr. Frank McComb. Okay, that was Somebody Like You. The next one is Cupid Sarah. Snippet of it.
Whatever in this world it takes for me to make you mine, I will do. And truly I must say, never goes by a day that I don't think of you yet. Thoughts of love and the two of us fills my mind, yeah. We both know Cupid has his arrow pointing straight to us. Over and again I tell myself that I don't need nobody else to love me but you. Making you realize just how I feel, proving to you that it's real is what I'm gonna do. Thoughts of me doing everything that you please fills my mind, yeah.
All right, everyone, that's Mr. Frank McComb, Cupid Sarah. Beautiful song, beautiful music. Now you're going to listen to a snippet of Future Love.
La 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 la. La la la. All right, y'all. Looking in the mirror of my past, viewing how things used to be. Lonely is the word to best describe what I see. Sadness, stress, and salty tears cover every part of my face until our love had fallen into place. It's amazing though that I had to go through things to grow, to become mature enough to know that love you to love me. In the mirror, thinking about my future, wondering what it's gonna bring. Will you let be happy or sad for me? And if I could control what's to come, I would add to my future someone so faithful, unconditional. She'll be my only love. And finally, happiness will be headed toward me, aggressively. Although with my reality, la 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 la.
Nobody ever told you.
Whatever in this world it takes for me to make you mine, I will do. And truly I must say, never goes by a day that I don't think of you yet. Thoughts of love and the two of us fills my mind, yeah. We both know Cupid has it.
All right, everyone, you listen to Cupid's Error by Mr. Frank McComb. Hi, and this is, of course, Mr. Frank the Magnificent, Mr. Frank McComb, super talented man. How are you doing, sir?
Whatever in this world it takes for me to make you mine, I will do. And truly I must say, never goes by a day that I don't think of you yet. Thoughts of love and the two of us fills my mind, yeah. We both know Cupid has his arrow pointing straight to us. Over and again I tell myself that I don't need nobody else to love me but you. Making you realize just how I feel. Proving to you that it's real is what I'm gonna do. Thoughts of me doing everything that you please fills my mind, yeah. This is so Cupid has his hair.
everyone. You've been listening to Show Talk with Angela Butler. That was Mr. Frank McComb, the great Mr. Frank McComb. Beautiful music and singing. This gentleman is a legend himself. Legend himself. To me, as I was saying, he's worked with a lot of people. He, too, is a legend and very super, super talented. That's Mr. Frank McComb. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm honored. Wow, thank you.
Yes. You are super talented. Super, super talented. You enjoyed yourself to me.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
I've been playing your music. I've been playing your songs and music. The piano, it's beautiful. The singing, the jazz. Somebody like you. I like that one.
Oh man! Oh, thank you. That's my wife's favorite tune too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's one of her favorite Frank McComb too. Yep. Cool.
Oh, okay. All right. Did you sing to her? Did she ever get?
Nope.
Did you ever sing to her? Just you and her?
Not at all. Let me tell you what happened when we first got together years ago. It'll be 26 years been together, but married 25 this year in May. Well, she came over to my house one day after she got off work, right? Over to my apartment. I had just finished writing this tune, and I just knew it was like the wild tune, right? And she came over and she turned the TV on and laid across the couch, started watching TV. So I figured that was the perfect time for me to start doing my little thing, and serenade her and make it just melt, right? So I called myself singing the tune I had just written and getting deep into it, right? And then she says, Frank. I said, yeah, baby, yeah, what? Yeah. She said, can you please keep it down? I'm watching Martin Lawrence right now. It shut me down, man. I said I'd never sing to you again. And that's been our ongoing joke for 26 years.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Even though you're a giant yourself and an international recording artist, pianist, producer, composer, singer, you work with the likes of Prince, who recently passed. Yes, I was a great fan of Mr. Roger Nelson, Mr. Prince. I love Purple Rain.
He was the coolest.
I have the DVD.
I do too. I have a DVD, the vinyl record from way back in the 80s when I first got it. Yeah, not knowing I was going to work with him. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You worked with him. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I didn't know I was going to work with him. Yeah. Yeah, that was my dude.
Yes, Prince. He's very super talented, like you. You and him both are super talented. Sing, play instruments, all kinds of things. Yes, sir. What was it like with knowing Prince?
He was just regular, everyday people. That's what a lot of people didn't understand. He had built himself up to be this mysterious dude for so many years, but it was all just image. When I hooked up with Prince was just a regular, ordinary dude who knew how to work the system. Just that simple. He knew how to make everything bigger than what it was. And, no pun intended, with him being a small guy, he did nothing small. Everything was big. So, just he would appreciate you more if you treated him more like a regular person than a superstar or a little god. So a lot of celebrities are big superstars, or that's the best way to put it. For lack of a better way to put it, superstars. These record companies, a lot of companies, and they make little gods to these people, but you can't reach them. They're unreachable. And to some degree, once you become big to a certain level, you grow to a certain level, you can't be reachable, because look what just happened to Nipsey Hussle. You cannot be so reachable. You got to still distance yourself to a degree, but don't make a god of yourself. And Prince, once working with him, I realized, I realized, the more I treated him like a regular person, the more he appreciated me, because I treated him no different than I treat anybody else. When I worked with Philip Bailey of Earth, Wind & Fire, Tina Marie, Gerald Levert, the Rude Boys, Branford Marsalis, John P. Key, Fred Hammond, working on all of those different people, I treated everybody the same. Frankie, Beverly, and Mays, I was never a brown nose or a butt kiss. That was never me, and it'll never be me. And I think that's why I was able to keep the job that I kept for as long as I kept them. And Prince, to me, was no different. You know, he put his pants on one leg at a time, just like me, when he won.
Okay. All right.
Just like me. You know, you return to dust just like me. So why should I treat you different? And he respected that. He was the nicest guy.
He respected
he respected it. Mm-hmm.
Now, you are have been for some years now, a independent artist with your own record label. Am I correct?
Yes, 2004.
2004. You and I were born in the same year.
1970.
You and I were both born in the same year. Yes, sir. 1970. So, you sang with Miss Phyllis Hyman, Fred Hammond, John P. Key. What was it like performing with Miss Phyllis Hyman, and how did you know her besides music?
Well, I didn't get to perform with Phyllis. I met Phyllis, but I did session work for her when I was working for Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff. She was working with PIR, Philadelphia International Records, when Philadelphia International Records was around, of course. And I met her down at the building, which is now gone. It was on the corner of Broad Street and Spruce. And I was living in Philly at the time, and living literally down the street from the building. So I would walk to work every day and do session work. They were working with her on the day I was there, so they had me playing on some things for her. When I met her, she was the nicest lady. You know, we all go through our things, you know, but she was never rude or mean to me. I kind of had that favor where people weren't never really rude or mean to me. You know, when working with them or working for them or playing with them, you know. She was really nice, and she appreciated the work that I did for her project or for her song that they were working on at the time. She was really cool. But I never saw signs that she was going through when she took her life. Sorry. And meeting with her when I met her. But she was nice. She's a nice lady.
She was a nice
really
lady, Miss Phyllis Hyman. I love her voice, and I love the way she looked when I was coming up.
Well, I love the fact that she was no nonsense though. She was no nonsense, and that's what made me respect her all the more. She was no nonsense. If there was foolishness coming her way, she avoided it or got it away from her. Yeah. I definitely respect that about her. Yeah, I respect that.
Yes. I know she committed suicide, but when I was growing up, I wanted to look like her. It seemed like her. I could not sing a lick, not a note.
But we all have our gifts. We all have our gifts.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, sir. Yes, I just wish I could sing. You know, but I did manage to play the clarinet. I say it all the time. Everybody can sing. Some just don't need to be heard doing it. But everybody can sing. Just don't need to be heard. That's all. All right. Okay. So, are you a father as well as a husband? Yep. Yeah, my son's 22. My daughter's 20. Yeah, my son's 22. My daughter's 24. Okay. Yeah. And my son is he and I are working. We're working on music together now. Yeah, he's an awesome drum. Yeah, he's an awesome drum programmer, and he loves sports. He started playing drums at the age of 3, but then my wife and I always exposed our kids to as many different things as we could, and we gave him a pair of drumsticks and a miniature professional drum kit, and he really played it. He learned to play it. But then we put a basketball in his hand, and he put the drumsticks down for the basketball, and didn't pick the drumsticks up again. Yeah, but and all through school he played sports. But then, you know, in the last 2 years or so, he's been doing drum programming, and it's off the chain. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. He's doing great. You'll be hearing some things from him soon. Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yeah. And it'll be musical. And it'll be music. Oh yeah, definitely. Okay. Mm-hmm. Do I get an interview with him? Oh yeah, father and son. Yep, all in time. As soon as we branch out and get him out there. Oh yes. Okay. We'll definitely do that interview with you. Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that.
You can consider it done. It's cool.
Okay.
You can consider it done.
All right.
One thing
I'm
about
a fan of
Frank
yours.
McComb. One thing about Frank McComb, we ain't gonna say nothing he don't mean. I'm not.
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna say anything I don't mean. So we're good.
Okay. All right. I believe that. So your career started probably, I guess I would say, when did your career start? When did you first realize how talented you were?
Well, I started. It was spotted in me before I knew it, so I can't put an age to saying it. And my memory goes back to about the age of 2 or 3, and I watched my cousin Clarence play drums in church, so drums became my first instrument because of him. And then I asked my Aunt Evelina, and that was at the age of 8. So my cousin, but then my Aunt Evelina, she would play piano in church every Sunday with Clarence playing drums. And I asked my Aunt Evelina at the age of 12 to teach me piano. And that's how I started piano. I had 3 lessons with her, 3 piano lessons. It was every Sunday for 3 Sundays, and 1 hour per session. So at the end of the day, it was 3 hours piano training. And the rest I learned on my own with the help of God. So I started playing with my trio. I started a trio in Cleveland, Ohio when I was about 17. But I hit the clubs at 12 with the old guys. I hit the clubs at 12. By 15, I started my own trio. Oh no! I started piano at 12. I hit the clubs at 15, and at 17, I started my first trio. That's how that happened. And it was a Frank McComb trio, playing around Cleveland, Ohio, doing all of these tunes by Earth, Wind & Fire and Anita Baker, and writing my own tunes. And before I knew it, I was gone. I hooked up with the Rude Boys. Went on the road with them as their musical director because they had just gotten signed to Atlantic Records through Gerald Levert. So went on the road with them for the summer of '91, and I met Jazzy Jeff, Will Smith, and I moved to Philadelphia to work with them. So and then from there I had signed to Motown, and that's when my career actually started around 91, 92. It was actually 92 because I moved from Philadelphia to Los Angeles November 9th, 1992, on a deal with Motown Records. So that's really where, I would have to say, if I had to put a number to it, I would have to say my professional career started at 17. But I became a recording artist at 22.
Okay, and the group, the Rude Boys, was signed to Atlantic Records, am I correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you also had an album that was called Love Story that I believe it was the debut album. Was born on March 14, 2000.
2000, yep.
That's
I had by that time I left Motown, and I stayed in California just trying to make my way because I didn't want to go back to Philadelphia or back to Cleveland as a failure. To me, that's failure, and it wasn't by my own hands. So I decided to stay in L.A. and try to make my way, considering the fact that nobody at Motown got me a plane ticket back to Philadelphia. You know, they didn't put me back where they grabbed me from. So I had to make my way in L.A. And I was gigging around town and got a call from someone who still worked at Motown. They told me that Branford Marsalis was looking for a male vocalist to head up his group called Buckshot LaFunk. And Branford was signed to Columbia since, I'm guessing, 85, 86, 82, something like that. Yeah, somewhere in the early 80s. And I did the audition and got the job immediately. So I would have to say that's the only thing I really auditioned for in my whole career. I've never had to audition for anything. And I don't even see that as an audition. That was just me demoing. I demoed a song for him. It was the old Elton John tune called Mona Lisa's at Mad Hatter's. And he was using that song on his self-titled Buckshot LaFunk debut CD. And at the time, Buckshot wasn't even a band. It was a bunch of musicians who came together for Branford and played on this very eclectic record he was putting together for Columbia. And having just left Motown Records, I wasn't seeking another deal at the time. I was just trying to make my way, you know. And I went to Branford's home at the time, and he wasn't there, of course. It was an empty house. He was working for Jay Leno. His heart wasn't in L.A. just the house he was working in was in L.A. And he was at the Tonight Show for Jay Leno while I was at his home with another person demoing this song, Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatters. So when he heard the demo, he said, okay, this is the guy. He's got to sing the song. And I met him at Sony Studios in Culver City, California. And I went in and recorded, the song. That was the night I met Branford. And he said, man, for the money I'm paying you to be in here and record, man, I was expecting to work you all night. I said, well, think about it. That's why you paid me the money you pay me, because I know how to come in and do what I need to do and get out. So you can work on something else all night. And from that moment on, Branford and I became close friends. So then the Buckshot, but then finally that first CD, the self-titled Buckshot LaFunk CD, came out. It was released, and it was time to go on the road and perform that music. So I got another call from Branford saying, hey, meet us at it was a place called Third Encore Rehearsal Studios, in North Hollywood, California. So I go to the studio, and I walk in, and I see these two big keyboard rigs, and I hear all these musicians jamming on a tune that Branford did called, what was the name of the song that they recorded for that song? Black Widow Blues was the name of the song. And I didn't play on this tune. I think it was Black Widow Blues, and they were jamming on this tune. And you got some top-notch players in there. Johnny Colorado on piano, and I think Kevin Eubanks was on guitar, and James Jennis from the David Letterman show. Was it David Letterman? Saturday Night Live. I think Saturday Night Live. Or both. He might have worked on both. He was on bass, and just a bunch of people, And I see this keyboard rig, so I'm thinking, well, he's got two keyboard players. I'm just going to stand up and sing. I hate standing up singing. Well, then he walks over to me and said, what you waiting for, man? I said, what you mean? He said, that's your keyboard rig over there. There's a keyboard rig, stage left, I think. So I was like, oh, cool. I'm saying to myself, how did he know I was a keyboard player? I never told him, so they must have told I was a keyboard player. Yeah, so I went over to my rig, and he showed me how to work the rig, and I jumped in like everybody else, like it was a jam session. So I'm playing all these licks and jamming and stuff, and he walks over to me after he screams on everybody else, play your part. Stop doing this. Blah, 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 blah. But then he comes to me, and he stands behind me, and he puts his hands on my shoulders and whispers in my ear, the less you play, the more you say. And that was my first lesson in discipline. And he walked off. He said, the less you play, the more you say. And he whispered in my ear and then walked off and went and screamed on everybody else. He didn't blast on me. I was like, wow, okay, that was cool. The first thing I noticed is that he didn't blast me. He just whispered something in my ear and walked off. And I've taken that lesson with me. Discipline. I've got so much discipline when it comes down to playing. I try to anyway. And now it's trickled into my writing and stuff. So, whenever musicians play with me, it's God, they have to have some discipline, because the overplaying kind of messes up the music. But it was a great thing. I mean, that led to me going out. It led to me getting a tour with Buckshot, and we ended up writing new music for the second album we did. It's called Music Evolution, and that's when Buckshot LaFunk became a band. We were on the road writing new music, and we would practice that music on the audience. And what they received, we kept. What they didn't receive, we either went back to the drawing board or we discarded it. So there was a couple of songs that I took part in writing with Branford, and one of those songs became a big hit called Another Day. And it blew up so big over in Europe that it ended up ultimately landing me a deal at Columbia Records. But it wasn't a fairy tale story getting there. It wasn't a fairy tale story getting that deal.
Yes, sir. I understand.
The label passed on me first. Branford set up a 2-hour showcase for me to perform for the R&B department, and they were going crazy over me, saying they were going to sign me, but never signed me. They signed me to sign someone else, and they didn't do anything with her either when they signed her. So Branford said, "Give me some time. We're going back on the road," and it was then that Another Day became a big hit, and then he got me signed through the jazz department. And that's how Love Stories was born. We recorded it. Yeah, we recorded it in 1998. It sat on the shelf all of '99 because of power issues between Branford and the president of the company. And it sat on the shelf all of '99. I found myself touring with Frankie, Beverly, Mays, and then touring with Chaka Khan. all that years so that I can feed my family that I had just started. So, and finally, I just got tired of the thoughts haunting me. I have a great album on a major record label just sitting behind issues of power. I got to get this out. So I, along with a few other people that came to the table, went head up with the label, and they finally put my record out in March 2000. And they said, we're just going to throw it out with no support. If it sticks, then we run with it. If it doesn't stick, then, oh, well, you're on your own, which is kind of cold because it's like giving birth to a baby and telling that child to raise itself. How do you give birth to a baby and don't feed it? It's not going to grow.
Yeah, I understand that. So, that is cold.
Yeah, so that's what happened with Columbia. And just like at Motown, the issues of politics, it had nothing to do with the music. Motown or Columbia had nothing to do with me, had nothing to do with the music. It was about who's going to control what and how it's going to get done. And no one ever asked me what I thought.
Oh, okay.
So they don't ask the artists what their thoughts are. You just go with what they say because they're putting up the money. That's how that goes.
All right. So you work with Mr. Barry Gordy or his son? With Motown?
Neither one.
Neither one?
It was Gerald.
Okay.
Neither one. It was Gerald Busby.
Gerald Busby. Okay.
Gerald Busby was the president of Motown, and Steve McKeever was the president of Mo Jazz, which was the jazz label for Motown. I signed to Mo Jazz under Steve McKeever, who worked under Gerald Busby. Yeah, but that wasn't a cakewalk either because I signed my life away to a production deal that turned around and got the deal at Motown. So there was still a middleman in the way. Yeah,
so now you're
I've been through a whole lot so I can write a book. And I'm independent now because, I mean, I look at, like I say all the time, I look at things through the eyes of the buying public. I was signed to a major black label, Motown, signed to a major white label, Columbia, and then to an independent label that I won't even give any press to. That's how bad they were. And I was the only one on the bill. So I figured, well, I can't go wrong putting out my own music myself. And then I just can't go wrong with that. I didn't want to make a career of chasing labels. So I started my own little thing. After watching a record get bootlegged that I worked on for Motown. Booby Scoop, yeah. Booby Scoop. B-O-O-B-E-E, yep, B-O-O-B-E-E-S-C-O-O-T. Booby Scoop.
Booby Scoop. That's your Booby Scoop music. Yes. I was going to ask you, Prince, I believe, was a little older than you. Was older?
Who?
Am I correct?
Who?
Prince
Who was it?
Was a little older than you.
Prince was 10 years older than me.
I thought so. I think
Prince was at least 10 years older than me.
Mm-hmm. Did he give? Yes, sir. He's older than me too. But I love Prince, and I was jealous of Apollonia in the movie. I was 14, but I went 14 or 15 when I went to see it. Though things come to a small town a lot later than it does to bigger cities. But I just have a question. Did he give you any advice that benefited you long term? Any advice about music?
Definitely. It was more about the business. Well, when it came down to the music, he advised me to be free. Be free with the music. Don't hold back. Be free and let the world catch up to me. Because the world is not always going to catch everything you write. He did tell me that. And he also told me on the business tip, he told me to he told me to brand myself. He said to brand myself because you're now your own product. When you sign to a record label, you become a product pretty much. You're a can of Pepsi. You're a bottle of cooking oil, Western cooking oil. You know what I mean? You don't really have much of a say. And there's a logo, usually in some cases, to where people, when they see that logo, they identify with you. So he taught me to brand myself, and that's where the FM on my caps came from. And anytime you see that FM anywhere, that FM logo, that's actually my own handwritten patent signature. I wrote that signature out at least 1,000 times until I found the right one. And he taught me to brand myself. Yep, FM. It's the FM logo for Frank McComb. Yep. He taught me to brand myself.
So you're an international artist, worldwide. There's probably nowhere that you haven't performed. Because one time I was talking to you,
places.
I believe you were overseas. I don't know if it was London or Paris, but you were somewhere, and I talked to you. We never could get the interview together. But I'm still a fan of yours.
Thank you.
Yeah, yes, I'm a fan. I am, and I'm grateful that I'm thankful that I got to interview you because this has been a long time in the making, about over a year,
it has.
maybe longer.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yes, I talked to you before, and what I found out, you're very down to earth, and you're very intelligent, and your music is superb. Your singing is superb.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I really try. I try to make the best of everything I am. Wow. Thank you. I'm honored.
You're more than welcome.
That says a lot.
How many instruments do you play?
How many instruments do I play? Not really a lot. I mean, I'm a piano player, but the first instrument is always going to be my voice. I'm a piano player. I play Hammond V3 organ. I play drums. And pretty much any keyboard you could give me. So those are my main instruments. Yeah, those are my main instruments.
Mm-hmm. I just have one or two more questions. Well, 2 or 3 more questions. Mm-hmm. We only have like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes left.
Oh, that's all good.
If you could talk to some young people right now who are trying to come up in the music business, because I'm from another time, because you and I are the same age, and people, I don't always get the younger people's music, because some of it doesn't make sense. It's like they're just saying something, but I'm not going to put them down. You know, it's just a different generation. But like I said, I come from a different time period like you, and, you know, singing and playing pianos and guitars and flutes and things. You actually had to be able to really sing. There wasn't a lot of internet stuff. There wasn't the internet. You had to actually sell CDs, records, or tape cassettes from your vehicle and things like that. What do you think of this time era with the music?
Well, honestly, I think the internet has enabled people that don't have much talent to just jump in, and it's opening the doors for people to be more creative. It's how do I explain it? I don't want to sound cruel or nothing, but it's technology has opened the door for people to just get in, and it's made it easier for people like me to not have to depend on record labels. For those of us that do have the talent, do have the know-how to make our own music and to put it out. Now is the time for the recording artists. Now is the time, because there's no excuse for us not to be able to get our music out or have it heard to some degree, right? But it also opens the door for folks that don't have much talent to jump in and just throw stuff out. It really does. And
okay.
How do I say it? How do I say this? I'm trying to be as positive as I can about it. But sometimes some people need to go back to the damn drawing board on. Just that simple, man.